And I happened to meet this guy at a social event. Of course, socially distanced and safe. And I guess we hit it off, wrote it out, and stayed in touch. And now he's here in a way to get to know each other a little more. But having said all that, this is my guy, AJ the Man, AJ Fernandes. What's going on, bro? Welcome to the Productive Conversations podcast.
Wow, what an intro. I love that. That's awesome.
Good
on, my guy?
looks, homie. I'm doing good, bro. This is really cool that we're doing this.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
Yeah, man. It's like we're on a first date. We're on a man date. Have to get to know each other.
Yeah, a little bro date.
Yeah. Hopefully we get the second one after and everything, and then the bromance dwindles, right?
Yeah. You know what's crazy? We met on Halloween, right? Yeah, we met on Halloween.
Exactly.
It doesn't feel like that long ago because we're always texting.
Right? That's hilarious. Yeah,
I was like, it doesn't even feel like that long ago.
Yeah, dude, we met at Jersey City at a Halloween party, safely social distance, so don't have to. There's no criticizing out here. So we all did our part. And Joe, Jersey City. I guess the first question I have for you is, how'd you wind up there, bro?
Oh man, I didn't know anybody there. Like I went in there because I work in New York now, right? Because you know the whole pandemic, I had to switch jobs. And I went over there and I was like, man, like, I'm not doing anything for Halloween. And then my uncle was like, hey, man, there's this party that I'm going to. How about you and your buddy come with us? And it's a fun time. And I was like, honestly, I'm down. And then I ended up in there. And everybody was like so nice for some reason. It was awesome.
Exactly. See?
Yeah.
We could all be responsible young adults out here. Break the stigma. Yeah, like the way I know, I don't know, Victoria lives there. I'm really close friends with her mans, right? And then I went there, my other two buddies, and we were all just hanging out at Halloween trying to do something, and it was a good time. It was mad chill. It seems that no one got sick that I know of, which obviously is great. And now we're here making it. So you say you where are you originally from, AJ?
Oh, I'm from Jersey.
You're from Jersey? Where in Jersey?
Lodi.
That's
Yeah, I think around like the Bergen area.
Sweet.
Yeah, little small town, you know.
All right. That's what, about half an hour from Manhattan?
Yeah. It takes me about like 45 minutes to get from my bus stop to New York.
Right. All right. Cool. Yeah, I'm from Norwalk, Connecticut, born in Westchester, so I'm about an hour away from from Manhattan, an hour train ride exactly.
Okay.
And but I was a commuter up until this pandemic. And obviously this pandemic threw everything off. And I did lose my job amongst the pandemic, but we're still striving. Well, I should say, what happened is pandemic hits. So I'm in the production industry. That's my thing.
Okay.
I want to be a producer ultimately.
That's awesome. Yeah.
And so I was just doing projects as usual. And I did, my main gig finished in December. Then you usually go through a little bit bouts of unemployment. Then you'll do like more freelance projects till you get something more secure. And I was doing that while also interviewing for full-time jobs the very week COVID hit. And it all ended. So just losing opportunities amongst the pandemic, and for a long time figuring out what to do. And I just thought to not have a gap on the resume, keep not stay rusty, and show my creativity and meet and introduce and talk to all these great people. I made this podcast out of it, so we can get one.
I remember the day after I met you, I was like, I followed you on Instagram, right? And you followed me back, and I was like, yo, like, what's up? Like, can you send me the link to the podcast? And you're like, yeah, I got you. And you sent it. And where I work now, it's like this Verizon mobile spot. So like half the time I'm doing absolutely nothing because like nobody really wants to come into the stores.
Yeah.
So I'm just sitting there listening to the podcast, just chilling. And it was just like, it's probably like my favorite podcast right now.
Bro, that really means a lot to me, AJ. Thank you, bro. That seriously, I mean, people like you keep me going, and it's for people like you to just be entertaining, be fun, show creativity, and also show how cool other regular people, normal people amongst this world. So I'm really glad you did that. That made my day hearing it, besides just talking to you.
Yeah.
So you're a man. So you're working Manhattan in the Verizon store, and you live in Manhattan right now.
No, I live in Jersey, so I commute. I just go back and forth.
Oh, you could be a commuter. Cool, but still,
Yeah.
still lit. You so are you in school? You post grad? What's you
Oh
up
man.
to?
So when I graduated high school, the whole time my plan was I never wanted to go to college. Like that was never part of the plan.
Okay,
And like even from freshman year, my parents were like, they're very loose that kind of stuff. But they're like, yo, honestly, you can do whatever you want. You can be whatever you want to be. And I'm like,
sure,
well, I want to be in like the acting business and stuff like that. So I'm like, regular college, like I shouldn't have to be paying that much just to go there,
makes sense.
right? And I can go like an acting class or even a school that's like very based for acting.
Hmm.
And a lot of them are in New York. So I was like, you know what? After high school, I'm gonna just take a year off, right? Just do everything I got to do. And then my plan was coming into 2020. Before I knew 2020 was gonna be this crazy year.
Right.
They were like, I was gonna go to an acting school.
No way. So that's where you aspire. You want to be an actor.
Yeah, yeah. And then I do like YouTube videos like on like the side as just kind of like for like friends and family to watch, just have a little joke about.
Of course. Where can we find your content?
Oh, just on YouTube at Anthony Fernandes,
Anthony
basically. It's just my name.
Fernandez on YouTube. All right.
Yeah,
We'll
yeah.
definitely remind people at the end of our talk to check you out, and I will for sure. Excuse me. So, acting. Obviously, do you prefer? I mean, I'm sure you have a wide range up in everything. You're making content, putting stuff online. Do you also want to see, in terms to acting, do you want to maybe take a theater route? You want to go into screen? You're talking about your training already, but after you're done training, where do you see yourself go, or what are you interested at this moment?
Most definitely screen. Most definitely screen. Yeah. When I was little, I just like my dad, the way me and him kind of bonded
Yeah.
was like he used to just take me to the movie theater like every week, and we should just watch different movies. And they
All
weren't
right.
even like sometimes they weren't even popular movies, and then I used to just watch them, just get so into them.
Do you remember what movies they were?
Uh,
So,
I'm I remember one in particular that got me really, really into film was Inception.
of course, the great
That thing
Christopher
was just
Nolan.
yeah, I was always a fan of just like trying to be on screen and this and that because like cartoons or like the old Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies. Like I always like in my head like when I was little, I was like I want to be the next Spider-Man, this and that. But like when I got
Hmm.
older, like I started watching like movies like Inception and like other movies like that, and I just kind of understood like wow, like this is like art basically.
Exactly. Yeah, that goes
Yeah,
very deep. Lots of Easter eggs. Get your symbolism in there. I
it
like
gets
it.
you
I
thinking.
like it.
Yeah, it gets you thinking.
That's how you know the best. What makes a good movie and TV show is the ones that get your emotions, and
Yeah,
either up here, or down there for
or
you.
even if you just remember it, you know.
Exactly. I think that's Big Cat from Barstool once said a good movie is when he thinks about it the next day, and that's something I really agree with. But
Wow.
tell me some of your favorite who are some of your favorite actors and your biggest influences out there?
When I was little, I was very into like the Jim Carreys, the Robin Williams, like the Eddie Murphys.
Classics.
Yeah, but like now recently, I kind of like the Bryan Cranstons, the Denzel Washingtons, like the Leonardo DiCaprios,
Of
like those.
course.
Yeah, those are just top tier for me.
Easily. I totally respect it. I'm a huge film geek. I try to watch at least a movie a day and a TV episode a day, even amongst producing podcasts and working and finding my way. I just always try to find
Yeah.
2 hours to myself, at least 2 hours, sometimes three if I'm really feeling it. And bro, I could
Sometimes, yeah, sometimes I see your Instagram stories and I'm like I'll see you watching a certain movie and it'll be really really old, but I'll remember it and I'll be like, oh my god, I totally forgot that movie existed. I need to watch that.
oh hell yeah, dude. Any movie from any country, black and white, as early as the 1910s. And of course, like I actually have a specific list, right? I have a specific list of all these movies, I call them culturally significant movies that I haven't seen yet. So most of the time on my Instagram, specifically this year, is the first time I'm watching these movies. And I got inspired from this from a couple of lists. Obviously the pandemic figured out what to do. So I looked at American Film Institute top 100 movies. I hit 76 of them as of today.
Wow,
And
that's awesome.
IMDb's top 50 for audience rated. I think I've hit it like at least half. And then I watched this series called CNN. called the movies, and it goes through the decades of film history, how the business grew, what movies are popular for what reason. And so because in figuring out what to do, I would like watch the show, pause, it's like, okay, I haven't seen that movie before, and they've just put it on the title card on the side, the bottom right hand corner, and I would just mark it down, and I made this
You just write it
humongous
down.
list. And pretty much I just chop it down every time I get to it. It's called the Ultimate Movie Watch List. I know if you could see for our YouTube videos, and
Oh
then it's just
man,
all this.
you need to send me that. That's awesome.
I got you, bro. I can find it when I just started the list. It's broken by decades, and yeah, I still have to see all those, or I still haven't seen yet. So, and I've seen the thousands of others, like you name it. There's a good chance I've seen it. Even there's still more to find, man. Like my work ethic or your work ethic. We just gotta look for more.
Yeah.
Yo, what's a movie that you hate? Like, what was a movie you recently saw that was ass and a waste of your time?
Oh man, you know that Chucky movie, the new one?
The newest Chucky?
Yeah, like oh my god, I was just irritated watching. I used to sit there like I remember this was like before the pandemic. Like it was like kind of like, so I took a girl to the movie theater and I was just sitting there watching it, and I'm trying to like keep my cool, but like the whole time when I'm watching, like the inner geek in me is like, yo, why the hell like these decisions that they were making, like they made them like robotic and stuff like that. I was like, all right, yeah. What about you?
So the last bad movie I saw was The Kissing Booth. Like there's movies that I'll watch that I'll try to find out. Like even if they're like popular, I don't necessarily want to watch, but I, just so I'm in the loop and stuff. Yeah. That was a clear example of that. And yo, that girl, sometimes you have to geek out with those. Show your true personality. Don't be boring.
Oh my god, yeah. I didn't like that either. Yeah. When you said it, I was like, oh man.
I'd be like, hey, what do you think this symbolism is, pretty girl? That is just, if they're into you, they will help. They will try to figure it out. If she doesn't, you could just introduce. Well, this could be that. That could be this. And hopefully, and as long as they're into you, they'll have some type of interest, at least.
Yeah.
And then you can start from there. And then if she wants to nerd out on something that you're bored with, I don't know, whatever she's into, you could join that. And then you guys geek out together on random things.
Yeah. Yeah. My buddy, he did that with his girlfriend. He just geeked out about Star Wars, and she geeked out too. And like they're the most insane Star Wars geeks. Like every other weekend we go to the house and we watch, like we roll a dice and whatever number it's on, that's the movie we have to watch. And oh my god, sometimes we watched one of the bad ones episode, like I forgot what it was, but they were just going off and they had like matching pajamas and stuff. It was crazy.
See, we have to encourage people to be themselves when dating, because then that's when you find out cool stuff like that. Yeah. And then you connect, and you don't have to complain on Twitter and stuff and end up on memes
and wasting your time.
How much you don't like guys or girls or other people that you're dating. That's why really you got to be yourself.
I hate that. I hate when people are like when they say, oh, I hate like men, or oh, I hate women. It's like, all right, like now you're trying to separate instead of just, everybody's different.
No, for sure. I totally agree. It's always funny, obviously, when people complain about dating and stuff. I always think about like happily married couples. They don't really, I mean, of course, every relationship has their ups and downs in this world, no matter your orientation. But it seems that they prove that you can figure it out as long as there's some patience and communication at time. And it seems a lot of us just complain about it and don't try to fix it. Of course, sometimes things don't work out, and then sometimes people are extremely fake down the line. But, when it comes to dating, and of course, I'm no expert. I'm just going from what I've experienced. But, like, I just feel it's not as hard as we make it. And I've talked to a podcast guest about that too. And we just have to let it rock. We are so young. We still have so much time to learn. So why do we have to put pressure on ourselves, AJ?
Why rush?
Why do people put so much pressure on themselves dating?
I feel like a lot of things are built better once you're patient with it. You know what I mean? Instead of trying to rush something, like a rush project is going to be a lot worse than a nice developed project.
Easily, bro. And It works most of the time as long. Well, I shouldn't say that. It doesn't work most of the time. It works during the right time. That's for sure. So
Absolutely.
why we gotta? There's nothing to worry about. There's really nothing to worry about.
And let me ask you something.
What's up?
Since you've seen a bunch of movies, have you ever seen The Crow?
The Crow. The Crow. I don't haven't seen The Crow. I've heard of it. I think it's the. It's the.
It's Brandon Lee's.
Yeah,
Yeah. Bruce Lee's son, Brandon Lee. It's his last movie.
and he sadly got killed in a horrible accident. And
Yeah,
making
absolutely.
the movie got shot by a real gun.
Yeah.
But I heard it's a great cult fault. That's your favorite movie, The Crow.
Yeah, all time number one.
Why The Crow?
When I was like 4, like my mom just put it on. And she was like, and he was just the Brandon Lee. Like this is before I knew about anything before that. Like I just saw the movie, and I think that was the perfect way to see it because when I saw it, I just liked the story about it. You know what I mean? Not like the whole background with like Brandon Lee and how like crazy that is, but
For sure.
now like seeing him as a character and just the whole story of him coming back and all that crazy stuff. I don't want to like spoil it for you, but man, just the story in general is just awesome. It's about redemption basically. Like
I like that. I'm willing, and I know it's a huge cult following, and if any of those wrestling fans, Sting has made his character on The Crow.
Yep.
And
oh man, I love wrestling.
oh, yo, man, we could definitely
Great
talk
wrestling.
about that after these movies. So,
Yeah.
but for the my favorite movie of all time is The Departed. Martin Scorsese's The Departed, movie on identity. It has the most.
Actually.
Oh, you haven't seen it?
No.
Bro, it was on Netflix. I think it's on Amazon Prime now. It's my absolute favorite. It stars Leonardo DiCaprio, the great Jack Nicholson, Matt Damon.
Oh wait, I think I've
Barney
seen
Sheen.
clips of it.
Hella compelling. Pretty much, like I said, identity movie. Mobster who plays a cop plays a mobster, and the world's intertwined, and it's just thrilling. Very great script, and obviously great directed by the great Martin Scorsese. So it's a Leo and Scorsese pick too. So nothing is disappointing.
Absolutely.
So you were saying you're into wrestling.
Oh man.
All right.
How can you not be?
That's what I'm saying. It could be the most entertaining thing in the world. All right. Obviously, a lot of the time it's really stupid, but when it's right,
Good. But when
right.
it's good, it's good.
That's what I'm saying. Oh, yeah. Shouts to my co-host, the Tweet Cap Ryan Page, because he's really into it too. So
who's your favorite wrestler?
The Rock, still, bro.
The Rock?
Here. Right
You
here
got him on the
forever.
wall.
Of course, next to Obama, as it should be.
That's awesome.
You know, it's fun. I have a job interview at the end of the week, and I'm going to do it with this. I'll just show my interviewers to have some fun. So hopefully they get a kick out of my choices.
Absolutely.
But anyways, right? So yeah, I'm still the Rock guy. I think so. I really think of sometimes. I can remember the first time I saw The Rock when I was like 4 years old, and he was just this badass in the middle of the ring talking. It's like, who was that? Even at that young age, it's like part of my approach when podcasting, a lot of charisma, talking in headlines when I can, big breaths. That's low key based on The Rock and how he presents himself on the mic. Obviously, the way I'm talking is Matt Brown, but you know, especially when I do these intros, if you notice on the show, and the outros, it's a lot of that type of energy. So
absolutely,
that's to The Rock just inspiring me to be as charismatic as I can be. So definitely The Rock. And then a current wrestler I would say is my favorite is Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns is just...
He's been good. Like as a bad guy, like as a heel, he's been good.
He's a great heel. I think he's just so badass. If he was an NFL prospect at one point, he's just cool. And when everyone was hating on him and booing him, I still stuck up for him. I still wanted him.
When he was a good guy, I wasn't really feeling him. I never booed him because like he was just a really good he had a really good work ethic, right?
Yeah.
But like you can't hate a guy who's like being there like night and day. Like he was there on every Monday night. Like he couldn't miss it.
And he took it. He took that criticism.
And he took it. And he just kept going. Like, you can't hate on a guy like that. But like as a character, not a big fan. Like around like 2015, 2014, I was a big Seth Rollins guy.
Seth Rollins.
Yeah. Because I was a fan of him from The Shield when he was a part of The Shield.
Right.
He was my favorite guy in that. Because, he was just kind of like the black sheep. Like Dean Ambrose, he was the talker. Roman Reigns, he was like the next
The
big thing,
enforcer.
basically. Yeah, he was
Yeah.
the enforcer and the architect, the one that made it all. So I was like, right when he broke him apart, I was upset because I was like, man, the Shield. But that's when I was like, I rode that whole Seth Rollins train right from the beginning. I saw everybody start hopping on the bandwagon when he had the belt.
Yo, that was pretty crazy. WrestleMania
31.
31, the Money in the Bank cash in. That shit was fire.
Oh my god! I remember me and my dad. My dad, he doesn't really like Roman Reigns at all. Like he still doesn't. Like me and him argue about it all the time.
Mhm.
And he's like, he was talking about just like we were just talking because we think it's just the end of the night. Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns. It's gonna end with Roman Reigns winning. That's how we thought. And we're sitting there in the living room, just like heads down, like whatever. Like we're just getting ready to go to bed, and then all you hear is his music hit, like Seth Rollins' music hit.
Yeah.
We all of our eyes popped up because everybody in the house was a Seth Rollins fan, like me, my little brother, me, my dad. My dad jumps out of the recliner, the chair goes flying back. He goes, "Oh my god, oh my god!" Seth Rollins comes in, and then right when Brock Lesnar had him for the F5, my dad's like, "Oh my god, no way they're gonna do this!" Like he thought Brock Lesnar was just gonna destroy him and walk out, right? Curb stomp, and then
Not
boom,
even.
1, 2, 3. Oh my god, best night.
Freaking badass, dude. Freaking badass. And so, who's your guy now? If you're not on the Rollins train right now, who do
Oh no,
you like?
I'm still on the Rollins train. Like Rollins just taking time off. So
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, the
yeah,
baby with the great Becky Lynch. She's an awesome face for the company. I think she's
awesome.
cool. I
Yeah.
think she's mad cool. I
So
mean,
wait, considering if you were to have your favorite wrestlers from each time span, who would it have been? Or was it The Rock all the way through?
it really has been The Rock all the way through since I was a kid. And honestly, he's never changed. I can honestly tell you, and I happen to have a John Cena pick, so right there, it's really hard to see. But I'll send it to you on Instagram. But I met John Cena when I was like in the 6th grade. Went to the Milford Mall with my younger brother and my friend John, and we met him. This was like in 06. And also the late Ashley Massaro was there too. But it was just
Wow, that's
some
crazy.
cool vibes to have a pic. We were allowed to. My friend's mom snuck in a pic of me handing him, and he's shaking my hand with my friends cover it in the way of it. But
Because you
I
weren't allowed
think
to take pictures like
yeah,
that.
we were. You had to pay for it, so she
Okay.
just was like
Okay.
being sneaky, and she did
Yeah.
get a good pic. And this was pre iPhones. I mean, there was I
Yeah,
think there was a flip phones,
No.
so she had to do that. But it was a success. It was a success. But yeah, no, honestly, I could say he's been The Rock and will forever be The Rock. I just like his charisma. I think he's awesome to watch in the ring. Obviously, the best on the mic, and he just shows what it means to be confident and not arrogant and overcoming obstacles.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think me personally, when I first got into wrestling, Jeff Hardy off the map, because Sting wasn't really into he wasn't really into like wrestling like that anymore.
Right.
He was kind of more in TNA doing his thing. So my guy was just Jeff Hardy because it was face paint out. Like when I was little, I was like, all right, I'm gonna stick with this guy. And he was wrestling like RVD in like 06 for the IC title. Like that made me fall in love with it. And that's what made me, oh, grandma.
Hey, JJ's grandma with an appearance.
Yeah, I just made. Okay, thank you. Okay. Oh my God. Yeah, she's a little Portuguese old lady. She doesn't know anything about electronics or anything, so she didn't even know I was on the phone just now.
No worries, it's not a problem at all.
Oh man. Okay. So what was I saying? So my man was just Jeff Hardy, but then once I got older, I started realizing like how many like things he was going through, and like how like he was always in trouble. So I was like, you know what? He's still my favorite, but like I'm gonna have to move on from this. And then I went from like that to Seth Rollins.
All right, I hear you. And it's just those crazy Defy stunts. I mean, you've seen the WrestleMania 17 getting speared at like 30 feet in the air. Oh shoot! I mean, I liked Edge, and do you ever see the WrestleMania 22 with the fire, the hardcore match?
Him and Mick Foley.
Mick Foley through the fire.
Oh my God, that match was crazy, and he had like the cargo pants on instead of his regular tights.
Oh yeah, dude. You know what's funny? So when I go to the gym, like I'll do hit for 30 minutes, and I'll usually put on a crazy match or a couple of crazy matches to get me through and get me pumped for my
It
workout.
gets you pumped. Like when you see them go through that, it's like actually like insane.
Hella insane. What would you say is your favorite match? Like mine would be, so it's a toss up between two. I would say one, because my favorite wrestler actually loses this match, but it was hella entertaining. Just one
My
second.
mind, but my guy lost.
Oh wait, can you just say can you just restart that story really quick? You blanked out for a second, but I got you back.
Oh, no, I was about to say the same thing. Like I do have a favorite match, but my guy lost, so I have like around like two.
All right, cool. So
So which one's yours?
mine is WrestleMania 17, Rock Stone Cold. It was like the peak of everything, mainstream popularity for wrestling in general. You had arguably the best two faces. Well, they were faces, but I mean, well, like literal faces of the company, and not baby face, but like literal faces of the company go at each other. It's like pretty. It's like it intense, like real. It seems like a real fight. Vince McMahon comes and Stone Cold Steve Austin turns heel. And then it was just like, I mean, it was just brutal. You just saw these two like kicking each other's ass until everything. And that had an epic finale. And then I would say the other one I really liked is the next year's Rock versus Hulk Hogan. Again, icon versus icon. They
Good
stare at
match.
each other at the
Good match.
beginning of the match.
Yeah.
The all the
And they all
flash
look around.
and it's just entertaining as hell. So I would say
It was
those two.
electric that night.
What would you say is yours?
Oh man, but wait, since you said that, the WrestleMania 17 Rock versus Stone Cold, the promo for that thing with Limp Bizkit when they're
Oh yeah,
My Way,
it's the best one.
I put that on when I'm on my way to the gym too. I'm like, I gets me so hyped. Hearing the Rock and Stone Cold both like when they were both just saying all like all like they're like in the middle of like a storyline. They're like all storyline aside. They're like it's man on man that night. Like
Yeah.
I was like we were like okay, like this is real.
Exactly. Like that's
Yeah.
how you just honestly draw like, and it could work in any type of storytelling or movies and stuff like that. Like just two pure, at the peak, like going at each other, giving it them all. And you even felt at points like, wow, this is like for real. So
Yeah.
I'd have
Yeah.
to give that. And I also like these two other matches is kind of weird. So when I was growing up, we had the car with the classic minivan with the like DVD player in the background.
Oh, with the little mini TV.
Yeah, my
I
mom
had the
had
exact
that.
same thing with the Expedition, like this little little TV.
Right.
Yeah.
So I happen to have this random DVD from my grandma gave me. It was Unforgiven 2006, the pay-per-view, and we would watch the same two matches driving anywhere. It was DX versus the McMahons and Big Show. That was just a bloody blood match, but that's a hilarious ending with Mr. McMahon put up Big Show's ass and stuff. And
Oh, I remember
anyone
that.
who it's hilarious to anybody who swiped in at this point of the podcast is the laugh with that.
Talking
But
about Big
anyway,
Show's ass.
and then we have John Cena versus Edge in a TLC match and all that
When he put him through
carnage
three
going on.
tables.
Yeah, and Cena
Oh,
wins that. So again, those are my Mount Rushmore clearly of wrestling matches. What about you, bro? What are your matches?
hmm. I need to think about that. I really liked Roman. Like recently, I liked Roman Reigns versus AJ Styles at Money in the Bank when Roman
Oh
Reigns
yeah, that's a
defended his
great one
belt.
too. That's an honorable mention. The crazy
Yeah,
ending though.
Roman
AJ
Reigns
Styles
was
is
like,
awesome.
yeah, that's when he was getting booed that night. That's when he flipped me. That's because I was booing him at the time. When he
Yeah.
had such a good match and won, I was like, all right. This guy's the real deal. He can carry this company for the next couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite match back then had to have been RVD versus John Cena at ECW. When
Oh yeah,
when Edge speared Cena with the helmet, and he took it off and he looks around, runs out of the ring.
that's the
RVD.
Hammerstein Ballroom on 34th Street, right next to the
Yep,
Garden.
yep. That night absolutely killed it for me. And I think
Oh man.
one more would have to be that Armageddon match with Jeff Hardy, Edge, and Jeff Hardy,
Triple H.
Edge, and Triple H. Yeah, and
Yeah,
Jeff
wasn't
Hardy
he won that? He
finally
won
won
the
the belt.
title.
When he finally
Austin
won the
still
belt,
got
I
the
was just waiting.
bro. Oh my god, what a time! What a time, man! And just getting better. And you know what? The last thing I really like those cinematic matches WWE did for this year's WrestleMania.
Oh, like Undertaker and Styles
Yeah,
and
that
Bray Wyatt
Boneyard
and John
match.
Cena.
Yeah, the whatever Firefly Funhouse match.
The Firefly Funhouse, I was like, for like when I watched it for too long, and I was like, oh man, I'm like tripping over here. Like I need to look away from the screen. And for the Boneyard match, I like that match actually, like genuinely.
Oh
Yeah, it
hell
was a
yeah!
good way for him to
Just
go
some
out.
great filmmaking techniques and writing, and
And he rides out like in the sunset with his hand in the air on the bike.
easily perfect way to go out for the Undertaker. Man,
Absolutely.
did you happen to see that Undertaker Last Ride documentary?
No, I only got to see a couple clips of it though.
Oh, it's good. It's free on the WWE Network. I don't have WWE Network. That's the one streaming service I don't have. That's why I
Yeah,
watch all
same.
these movies. So
Same.
it's free though. So I'd say check it out.
I remember I canceled my network subscription right after Sir Rollins tore his ACL and his MCL.
Oh
When he
yeah,
tore
that's a
that,
few years
yeah, I
ago.
remember I was like, as a kid, I was like so pissed. I was like, man, I'm canceling my subscription.
Hey, we're back here now, dude. We're back here. We're killing it.
Absolutely.
Yo, so AJ, I see you have a 49ers. You have a hat background. You're wearing it.
I got the little Santa Claus thing in the corner.
Even after a tough loss past week against Washington, it's been quite a couple years for you as a 49ers fan. A lot of emotions.
A lot of
Obviously,
struggling.
the year before they go 2-14, but get Nick Bosa in the NFL draft, and we're leading in the fourth quarter of the Super Bowl for a tough loss against KC. Now now the losses haven't been the best so far, but hey man, you're still rolling in there, just riding high.
Gotta stay faithful. Gotta stay faithful. You know.
So you told me over text why you became a 49ers fan, though you're from New Jersey. Why don't you tell the audience how that became a thing?
Yeah, well, my dad, he was an immigrant from Portugal, and when he came over here, the first thing he watched was Niners against Bengals, and that's
The Super Bowl. That Super Bowl.
Yeah, but Joe Montana.
Joe Montana, bringing them down to the field, one of the last seconds.
And both of them, him and his cousin watched it, and both of them said, let's pick one team, and whoever wins, wins. And my friend and my cousin, like my dad's cousin, picked Cincinnati, and then he picked San Francisco, and San Francisco won. And he was just riding with them ever since. And
I hear that.
You know, he was born watching them in their glory days with Jerry Rice, Joe Montana, Dwight Clark.
Yeah.
Me, I was born through the struggle era, you know, like all those early
Jeff Garcia's ones.
Yeah, and then Kaepernick in 2012 with the loss against the Ravens.
That was a good Super Bowl. Tough
and then
loss,
this past one hurt a lot more because I was more knowledged into the sport of football.
Of course.
So watching them in the fourth quarter just completely get demolished by Patrick Mahomes. I like Patrick Mahomes because he's a Mets fan. I mean, not Mets fan. He's a Royals fan, actually. Oh, I don't know why.
Yeah, his dad played for the Mets.
Yeah, his dad. I liked it because his dad played for the Mets, and I was a fan of him. But in my head, I'm like, I can't wait for you to get sacked by Bosa. So, and it never happened.
I hear that.
Yeah, wow. Another championship opportunity taken away from me.
Hey, man, you never know. As you saw how fast in the NFL a turnaround can be, and it seems that the quarterback situation is questionable.
With Jimmy Garoppolo, yeah.
Do you trust Mullins anymore? You want to just try Garoppolo one more time, or do you think they should go draft someone?
I feel like they should, because either they should trade for Jordan Love in Green Bay, because guess what? After this year with Aaron Rodgers, they're not gonna let go of him. This guy looks like he looks like he's just about to enter his prime.
Back again.
Yeah, he looks like he just came back for no reason. So they're not gonna use Jordan Love. So either trade for him, or maybe draft a quarterback in the draft to kind of keep competition with Jimmy, keep Jimmy Garoppolo on his toes. Because I feel like Jimmy, he had one bad game and then he got injured. So I feel like we should give him another shot. But after next year, if he still doesn't, if he doesn't go to that Super Bowl caliber type of quarterback, it's time to let him go. And that drafted quarterback would step in his place.
Do you want the 49ers to keep losing these last 3 weeks so they can get a better draft position? So you'd be down for that?
Absolutely.
Maybe get Jalen Hurts from Ohio State?
Oh, man. You guys, the Giants, though.
Yes.
You guys are about to go in the playoffs.
Well,
If
yes, New
if
York
all works
Football
out, if all
Giants.
works out.
If all goes well, we should be good. But that very tough loss against Arizona this past week,
Yeah.
and so with Washington winning, we could have used you guys. So thanks for nothing. But no. But if Washington wins out, they win the division. So we need to win out, and they need to lose, then we win the division because we have the tiebreaker for winning the 2 division games. So these 3 games are going to be insane. Giants are going to play the Ravens after last night. Ravens won the game of the year, so they have some momentum. Or sorry,
That was a crazy game.
they play the Ravens next week, and they play the Browns this Sunday night. Who are
What
probably
happened with
hungry after
Lamar,
tough
man?
wins. So we're going to play the Browns, Ravens, and then Dallas. You know, we already beat Philly this year, which was great. We haven't beat Philly in 4 years till now. But yeah, man, we got to win at least 2 of these 3 games and hope Washington loses. We can't if they have to lose.
They have
We
to
can
lose,
win
yeah.
2 out of 3 and they can win 2 out of 3. We'll win the division, but we just need to focus on the last 3 weeks. And even if it doesn't go well, I am happy with what the Giants are doing. Though I was big on Jones until well, I should say
I was going
Jones.
to ask you that, yeah. How do you feel about
It's
Daniel Jones?
it's been a roller coaster. If you asked me the first half of the season, I would have said take for Trevor as well. But it's been tough with that. Then he finally changes up, doesn't have the turnover problem. We won 4 in a row. Obviously, he got hurt, and then but the Giants still won with Colt McCoy in a non-fluke victory over Seattle. And then next week he comes back, turnover in the ball again. The line was not protecting him, and we did not take a step in the right direction. We stayed stalemate. So it all comes down to this Sunday night. And again, we have to win at least 2 out of these next 3, and Washington has to lose. And also, we have to now watch the Philly. You know, Philly got that shot. Philly shocked the world with beating New Orleans, ending their winning streak.
That was crazy.
And you know, they're on our back as well. So all we could do is focus, keep winning, and then the cards will lie. But I'm happy to see Joe Judge. Looks like we have a legit coach in Joe Judge.
Yeah.
We'll see if we keep Garrett one more year. If he wants to go back to head coaching. But I've loved what our defensive coordinator obviously has been doing, changing with Eric, and he's been the defense looks so legit with great players like Bradbury, Cliff Martinez, Logan Ryan, Leonard Williams, and it's we can only go up from here, bro. And it's gonna be an intense 3 weeks. That's all I can say.
And if you lose these next 2 or 3 games, right, and don't clinch a division, are you going to put the blame on Daniel Jones?
Well, I will put the blame on Daniel Jones if he has turnovers those 2-3 games. Absolutely, this was his Achilles heel. We've lost major games for turnovers this year, and I won't blame him when it's some bad turnovers. If he's turnovering the ball like crazy again, then I am gonna blame him. But if they hold their own and they just get outbeat, I'll just say that it's just a young team that still needs to develop. But what Gettleman's done to save his ass this year, they should get another shot. So that's how I would approach it.
Okay. Speaking of development, you made me think of the Knicks. I heard you're a Knicks fan. When I first met you, that's the first combo we had.
The New York Knicks are 1-1 so far the preseason, and yes, I love that team to death, bro.
Yeah,
the
absolutely.
Knicks. You're a Knicks fan too, right?
Yep. You know what? Me and my family, we've been Knicks fans since ever. And my dad came to a decision. He said, "This family," he's like, "We're gonna make a decision after this year of the Knicks." He said, "If there's no promise, like if we are just as bad as we were last year, right? Like Obi Toppin shows no promise, he's a bust, anything like that, and we don't get a top 3 pick, and we don't pick up any good free agents, my dad's gonna consider moving teams." And I was like, "We need to think about that. We'll be free agents, and we'll think of either resigning or going to different teams. We'll think about that." But right now, definitely a diehard Knicks fan with Obi Toppin.
Man, there's nothing you could do to get me to switch teams, even as it seems that the Knicks, a lot of people have passes. I've met people through the years who have given up completely, but Whether it's me, Jerry Ferrara from Entourage, Spike Lee, we're staying loyal. Jesus and Miro, we're staying loyal to the Knickerbockers because, bro, if the Knicks do good, this place, this whole city, this whole area is going to be live. I don't think that's going to be the case with the Nets. I think the Nets are going to be more for your diehards and probably the people of Brooklyn. But when the Knicks win, it's going to be a big deal for everyone because it's been over 50 years since we've won the. It'll be 50 years in 2022. So, more than 45 years, we have not won a championship. We haven't been to the finals in 25 years, 26
Yeah.
years.
Yep. And we lost to
And
Houston.
yep, and we had that nice run with Melo and Amari, but nothing came of it because we barely made the playoffs again. And it's time. It's time, bro. It's time for things. I was hoping the day we record this, I was hoping if the Milwaukee underachieved that Giannis would consider, but he just signed a max contract.
Yeah, you just have the 5-year, right?
So we'll see what him, Drew Holiday, Eric Bledsoe, what that team does. I talked to a basketball podcast, and I said it was going to be a Clippers and Bucks finals, and now that's good, looking a little better. So I hope that I'm right on that. But
how do you feel about our point guard situation?
I don't know why. I don't know why Frank Ntilikina is still a Knick. He's
the GOAT.
You guys are so delusional with that. My man can't. My man can't defend. Weird shot.
Wait.
Pulls around.
That's the only thing he can do. He can defend. He's a good defender.
No, I know people say that, but I still see people fall through pick and rolls. I see people get shots of him. He's trying to start fights with LeBron. I know people say that, but maybe I'm just such a hater that there's nothing you can get me with Ntilikina, and even annoyed with Phil Jackson picked him up. But
in all reality, he's a bust, though. In all reality, like all jokes aside, he's just not a good player. He shouldn't be on the team.
No, he shouldn't. And I thought Dennis Smith was going to be legit with the KP
what
trade.
Happened with him? Yeah, what happened with him? I don't know what happened.
We barely see the guy, and
got Austin Rivers now.
That's something, but yeah, we do have Austin Rivers, so at least
we have to get hype about Austin Rivers.
A popular name by default. Being his dad was a Knick, so what could I say? Now, not Doc Rivers, now Glenn Rivers, which he told you to call him now.
I feel like I think last time we had a really good team was with Porzingis, like the year he got injured. That team, they were good. When they were competing with Cleveland, like Cleveland had to hit a game winner on us to even try to beat us.
Yeah.
And Porzingis was dunking on the whole Phoenix team when they oh my God, the whole garden was erupt. That was crazy.
Dude.
Stuff like that was what keeps me in New York, though. That's the type of stuff that keeps me with the Knicks, where I'm like, when they're good, they're good.
Yeah, bro. And for me with the Knicks, and the day I could switch teams, it's 108 years is that gap. So 108 years is when the Cubs were in between World Series. They had to wait over 100 years. There were 2 World Wars fought. And I've just figured if it gets to 108 years, then I will have to say, man, what a waste of time. But no, still riding with the blue and orange. So
for me personally, it's when they're good, I'm all in. But when they're bad like this, it's so hard to watch sometimes. You know what I mean?
Do you think
we got a young core though? We got RJ, Obi Toppin, Mitchell Robinson.
How who annoys me? Kevin Knox. He's like he's the Kentucky sloppy seconds.
Yeah, like he literally airballed a shot last game against Detroit.
Yeah, I saw that. It's just another wasted. That was a late first round pick for nothing. I like Mitch Robinson. I will say that. I think I like how he drives in the paint.
Nice got picked before Michael Porter Jr. We could have had Michael Porter Jr. and RJ Barrett on our team.
Right, the cringe.
Like think about that team. That young core with them Obi Toppin.
You know who we could have got instead of Frank Ntilikina? Bam. Bio.
We could have gotten Bam.
And see, what a joke. What a joke, dude. But, I mean, yeah, Ntilikina, he's such a punchline for Knicks fans. But
this past offseason, who did you want us to, what moves did you want us to make? I wanted us to trade him for Westbrook, though, personally.
I did watch. Whether they were talking about Chris Paul was probably in the mix. I wanted him just for star's sake. Obviously, like the Brooklyn Nets, they had a young core, and that's what attracted the free agents to come. I was hoping even if you just overpaid the star, just to have some interest whatsoever, just take it. Just take it. What we have to lose. I mean, Chris Paul goes to the Thunder, and nobody expected them to go as far as they did. So, now he left it. He's on the Sun. So I was interested with seeing that.
He's that
And
young core. They have a young core.
so I'll take it. I'm excited for Tom Thibodeau, who's going to be, I think, a great coach and a developer. I like mature Obi Topic coming in at 8. RJ Barrett played really well before the pandemic ended, and he said he was motivated for not making all rookie. And yeah, dude, even if we get to the 11th seed, I know they're having that play-in tournament. I would have to say, I'd have to say that the Knicks could be interesting again. And obviously we're not getting Giannis, but maybe, I don't know. I can't recall the free agent class at the moment at the top of my head, but I hope it's legit. Do I think top of my head whose contract's ending?
No, the top one was Giannis. That was the top one, basically.
Yeah, and
how do you feel about our black jerseys?
Those were sick. I like them.
I like them personally. Everybody's shitting on them in the comments and stuff like that, but I like them a lot.
They're haters. I like that kind of that like grit feeling, right? Like with the orange lettering as well. I like the Knicks, the black jerseys. Yeah. NBA always does a new jersey a week during the regular season, so why not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You mind if I just quickly look up the free agent class of next year?
Yeah, no problem.
So we have. All right, this is obviously out of date. It says Giannis and LeBron. It's 1 and 2 with the player option. Okay. Okay. None of these are good. Okay, there's Rudy Gobert.
Nah.
Victor Oladipo.
Okay, I would like that.
Drew Holiday is a player option, but he's probably staying. Kyle Lowry, he's going to be old by then. DeMar DeRozan.
Okay, I could take DeMar DeRozan.
Yeah, this has to be updated. Gordon Hayward is going to Charlotte. Blake Griffin. I like Blake Griffin. I like Blake Griffin.
I'm not a fan.
Why is that?
I don't know.
You should see his stand-up.
Watching it, him play, I was just kind of not a fan of. I like him as a person, but as a player, I don't really.
You sports hate him. I see.
Yeah, I don't like him as a player.
We got Andre Drummond. There were rumors that he was going to come in the middle of this past season.
I never wanted Andre Drummond.
The UConn guy. I love Andre Drummond. I think he's all-star caliber player. Ex-boyfriend of Jeanette McCurdy from iCarly.
Oh my God, I didn't even know about that.
That's a hilarious fun fact. Steve Adams is going to be available. He's only going to be 28.
Yeah, okay. I would like Steven Adams.
Badass motherfucker.
Guy looks just like Jason Momoa.
Hell, he looks like Drew McIntyre. Dude, oh. I had a friend on the podcast tell me he met Jason Momoa at an airport. He said, "Hey, where do I know you from?" He said, "I think I know you from somewhere." And he said, "Cool story, bro." That's all he said.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
You ever meet anyone famous?
Yeah, Matthew Gubler?
I've heard of that name before.
Matthew Gray Gubler. I met him at my work spot. Yeah, cool guy, super cool guy.
Who is he?
He's I forgot what show he's in. I need to look that up actually.
Matthew Gubler. Or is it Google? I don't know why I said Matthew Google. Oh, I know this dude.
He was in Criminal Minds.
Yeah.
Yeah. I forgot the name of it. It's always like that one show, Criminal Minds.
Oh, I see. He's a dude he's Joseph Gordon-Levitt's friend in 500 Days of Summer. Yeah,
I met him in person. He's actually a really cool guy.
Yeah. He's the homie?
Yeah, he was dope.
All right.
What about you? You met anybody?
I've seen a lot of high profile from work, but the ones I've actually met, like, hello, how are you? My name's Matt. Yeah. I would have to say Dana White. I met Dana White in
Oh,
Boston.
you sent me a photo. That was
Yeah,
crazy.
met
Yeah.
Dana
How was
White.
he?
He's probably the cool. He was the homie. He took a selfie with me. I was just like bro out with him. That was the day they announced the McGregor and
Poirier.
Boy fight. Yo, speaking of that, you follow this Jake Paul challenging Conor McGregor trying to
Yeah. What is that
fight
about?
with
He's asking
people?
for a death wish. Oh
Dude,
man.
he's asking for a legit fight, not a match.
I don't get that. He's like he unfollowed everybody on Instagram and followed only
His
his
wife, what the
yeah,
fuck?
McGregor's wife. I was like, yo, you're gonna get killed. Like McGregor's like a killer out there.
Remember he fought a bus at Barclays Center?
That was crazy.
Got arrested for that. And
Yep.
then what about him attacking one of his trainers? And he trolled like one of the pics of him getting hit is his profile pic.
Who, McGregor?
Yeah, McGregor's trader. One of his traders. I think it was his jiu-jitsu one, I believe. I could be wrong at that, but
Oh man,
people
I
are
didn't see that.
swinging. I
That's
mean,
crazy.
he's trying to do his YouTube pranks. You could only trick so many people, but not like UFC champions.
Yeah.
Jeez, man.
He's, he's trying to troll himself into a paycheck, basically.
Man, this guy's gonna get a broken nose. He's gonna get a concussion.
I don't think McGregor is gonna fight him though. I don't think he's even worth his time.
No, he shouldn't. He shouldn't waste his time for that.
Yeah.
Oh man.
And just by the slight like chance that Jake Paul gets him with one hit and he drops a little bit, it's like, all right, now that stained your whole like a legacy. Like, oh yeah, you just got rocked by a YouTuber.
Oh, dude, freaking Nate Robinson made the Knicks look bad, even worse. I mean, Nate Robinson was smaller than him. What kind of accomplishment he got? He's a boxer.
Yeah.
He's an NBA player, not a boxer.
He's an NBA player. He got all that confidence because he's famous. That's what it was. And now he wants to call out like a top martial artist.
Dude, he should
Everyone's
be in
like,
WWE. That would be funny.
yeah, that would be cool. I think McGregor would do really good in WWE.
Oh yeah, bro. The show talk he'd get. Why don't you have some match with like the Miz or something?
Yeah, right. Man, oh my God, I was the biggest fan of the Miz. Like when I was little.
Really?
You remember that Raw versus SmackDown where you get to create your own character?
Yeah.
And you win a championship, and then you beat Undertaker at like WrestleMania, and it's like
Right.
so crazy. I dressed my guy up just like the Miz when the Miz had like the faux hawk and like the like the shorts and like
Right.
those weird like UFC gloves.
Did you wind up Did he wind up beating him?
Yeah, it was because it was my custom guy. I just named him AJ, but he just dressed just like the Miz.
Oh yeah, yeah.
When
Did
I was
you
little,
beat the
I used to
Undertaker
do
still
like
though?
that. Yeah, and I was little, I used to do the dance and stuff like that.
I'm
Yeah,
proud of you, bro. I'm proud of you.
it was crazy.
So you said you were a Mets fan?
Yep.
Dude, you must be really excited.
New
With
owner,
Steve Cohen's beautiful money.
absolutely awesome. Yeah.
You like the McCain signing? Or McCann?
Yeah. Yeah.
And who do you think of these big free agents? The Trevor Bauers, the George Springers, the George Springers, the Trevor Bauers, George Springers. Why am I blanking? Francisco Lindor.
I want George Springers most definitely.
Really? Why is that? Because he's a cheater?
No, not because that. It's just because I think he needs to clear up his name and then being able to rebuild a company in like New York. I think he'd be able to redeem himself.
Yeah, no, I think that would be a good opportunity for him. I heard he's from Connecticut, so local guy. So
Yeah, hometown kid. You know.
Bring him on.
How do you feel about the Astros? How do you feel about the Astros cheating scandal?
I hate him. I hate him more than the Red Sox. I never thought there'd be a day.
I don't like them because they took a championship away from New York. Like I'm not a Yankee guy, but when the Yankees win a championship, it's like all right. Like, yeah,
for sure. Yeah, I respect. I cheered for the Mets.
Same thing with Brooklyn. Like I hope Brooklyn wins this year.
Yeah, I'll cheer for them as long as their fans don't get too cocky. But I'll respect it. I wanted the Mets to win it at 15 when they were in the
World Series.
But yeah, dude, the Astros cheating was just such as you said, stealing the World Series, stole a Yankees Dodgers World Series, which would have been lit on a mainstream level. Just shows how scummy they are. I legit hate that team more than I can't say that. I'll always hate the Red Sox more and have a special place in my
Why is that?
sports hate because of the Red Sox, bro.
Just because you're a Yankees guy?
Obviously.
That's how I am about the Celtics. I was thinking about the
I hate
Celtics.
the Celtics. I
How
hate
long
all
was it?
sports. I sports hate all the Boston teams. You'll never see me cheering for them
Like the
unless
Patriots?
something important happens. Something important their win. They need to win to save something. I will hope for them, but if not, all the
Uh,
Boston teams suck.
Absolutely. I hate. I was so hyped when the Giants beat the Patriots in the Super Bowl.
Oh, those days were two of the best days of my childhood.
I remember.
Well, childhood and then high school. Well, teenage. No, sorry, I was a teenager. I was 13. So 13, and then when I was in high school, they won. So
I was still a kid. Like I was like in middle school, like elementary. Like I was still like transitioning between
yeah,
that.
yeah, that was me. I
So
was in the A. I was in the. I was in the seventh grade for I was in seventh grade for when the Giants defeated the undefeated Patriots.
I remember when that happened. It was like I remember driving to school. Like my mom used to drive me to school, and it was like oh my god, like it was almost like Jesus came down. Like
Oh,
it was insane.
definitely.
Down the streets, just parades. Like everybody, like if you hated somebody, you celebrated because Tom Brady lost to New York. Like it was
Oh, dude, not once but
crazy.
twice. The great Eli Manning, who I
Yeah,
consider a Hall of Famer. I will fight. I will
I
give it to
also
him this
I
day.
do as well. I consider him a New York great. Him next to Jeter,
Easily, easily.
and then next
Both
to
are.
I consider David Wright a great New York.
Do you? I mean, I know he's the guy for the vets. I don't know. I mean, I respect David Wright,
No,
but
I mean like as a fan favorite, he was my
oh
guy.
yeah, 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 for sure,
Yeah,
for sure.
I
He's
love
all
him.
that fan favorite thing. The David.
I,
I mean, that's definitely your guy. I mean, was that your favorite player growing up?
yep, yep. And I remember me and my dad we used to wear like because it was the duo between David Wright and Jose Reyes.
Oh yeah,
So my dad had the Jose Reyes jersey. I had the little David Wright jersey. We used
no
to walk.
way. That's awesome.
Yeah, he used to carry me down to the like the Mets thing. And I remember when Jose Reyes left for money in Miami, I think it
Yep,
was.
yep.
My dad put away the jersey. He goes, I should fucking burn this thing, and he like threw it. And he kept it though. He kept it. So now that when Jose Reyes came back, he put it back on. He was like, all right. it
I
was
forgive
like,
you, bro. I forgive you, dude.
yeah, it was like an X. It was a bring back an X. He was like, all right, I forgive you.
I have a Cano jersey for some reason still. Okay, I didn't get rid of it, but now it's for no use.
Yeah.
I can wear it while I'm painting. And
I have a Porzingis jersey actually. I need to get rid of.
freaking
And I
Porzingis.
was so pissed when he wanted to leave.
Me
So
too.
pissed.
But when at that point, if they want to leave, I say go. Whether it's that or Odell, go far away. But who's your favorite Met right now?
The pitcher, I forgot his name.
DeGrom?
Thor.
Oh, Noah Syndergaard.
Yeah, I love him. I
He's a
love him.
badass looking dude.
My favorite guy was before that The Dark Knight, but then I don't know. He was just ass after a little bit, so we had to let him
Yeah,
go.
tough game 5. Tough game 5. But yeah, my favorite growing up, obviously Jeter and A-Rod. Love that combo. And I love Judge right now. I knew who Judge was when he was a prospect. And look what he's doing now. And I love DJ LeMahieu. He's turned out to be one of my favorite Yankees. So obviously we couldn't go to games this past season. But
Yeah.
2019, I went a lot. And I saw DJ hit like 4 home runs in one season. And I was at the last Yankee game with people so far, Game 5 ALCS.
Yeah.
I was there. And he had a big home run, tie the game. It was good vibes, bro.
I don't think I'll ever leave like the New York situation with baseball, because I have such like, you know when you have like certain like moments that happen and you're just like, all right, just because those memories, I don't think I'll ever be able to leave.
Oh,
Yeah,
dude. I
remember
can't. I just love those. Those are the best parts of life, bro. I mean, some of the best parts of life for sure. It's just because you're making memories and it's not only the actual moment, but it's the great moments of life because you're with, you're probably with great people. You're with your friends or family and
it was
enjoying
like
a
a
special
movie.
moment
It was like
together.
a movie.
Best stuff.
Because yeah, my dad brought my dad and his like my dad and my uncle.
Hmm.
One's a Met fan, one's a Yankee fan. I don't know how that happened. But it happened.
It's
And
hilarious.
I remember he brought me, and I had the little black Mets jersey on with the David Wright on the back, and my cousin, like
Mhm.
my uncle's little boy, he had a Yankees Jeter jersey. So when they used to like have a couple drinks with the boys at the Mets Yankees game and let
Of
like the
course.
kids, he used to let us just rip, because during the whole stadium, like nobody's walking around. Everybody's sitting down watching the games. So it was just a little David Wright, a little Jeter just running around the whole stadium.
Damn, you brave ass dudes. I like it. I
It
like
was
it.
crazy.
I like making moves and stuff like that, bro. I'm proud. I'm proud. You got to keep doing that stuff, my guy. Yo,
Absolutely.
but AJ, we've been killing it for almost an hour. I hope
Yeah,
you've had as much fun as I have.
absolutely.
And right before we say goodbye in this, I'd like to ask the Proust questionnaire. I'm sure you're familiar where I end these very both rapid fire but deep questions. Take your time when I ask them. And yeah, bro, you ready to do it?
All right, yeah, sure.
All right, bro. Proust questionnaire with my guy, AJ the man. So, first question, AJ. What is your favorite word?
Squash.
Squash. Favorite
It
word is squash. Okay, I like it.
rolls off the tongue.
What's your least favorite word?
Moist.
Very popular one, very popular one.
Yep.
So this question is for more of a life thing. It's not necessarily about, it's not necessarily about sex or anything. But
Okay.
third question is, what turns you on?
If something's not perfect, but if you put effort into it and you put work into something, and it will become perfect. I feel like something like that attracts me to something like that.
Oh, hell yeah. You love perseverance. I like it. What
Yep.
turns you off?
When something tries to be perfect but isn't.
I hear that. A lot of fake ass people.
Absolutely.
What
What
sound
about
or
you?
noise? What sound or noise do you love?
Sound of my PlayStation turning on.
Dude, do you have the new PS5?
Beep. Oh, I tried today. I couldn't.
When do you think you'll be able to cop one?
I feel like on one of these off days, if I have off and a store is like having that midnight release, I'll just stay online.
Do you think you could be able to pull it off?
Yeah, absolutely. My
Bro,
confidence, just my natural born confidence in my head is just if I can do something, I'll do it.
I love it, man. Hit me up once you get it. It's fascinating what people are doing. They're making sacrifices, they're doing rituals, they're fighting for that
Yeah, do
PS5.
what you gotta do.
I'm definitely copping one as soon as I can too, but I was gonna just wait till like the summer and stuff. But but let me know when you get that. Let me know when you get that.
Definitely let you know. I'll add you.
Please do, please do. It's Bowie Chestnut, which is my PSN name.
Nice.
What sound or noise do you hate?
A vacuum turning on.
Tell me about it, man. Tell me about it. What's your favorite curse word?
Probably ass or shit.
Ass or shit. All right, that works. So, my next question, my friend. AJ the man, tell me, what profession other than your own would you like to attempt?
Pro wrestling. That'd be kind of cool.
Hey, man, it's never too late.
Right? That'd be fire. Because you can at that kind of thing.
Use your acting skills.
Yeah, you can go in at any age. Like it doesn't matter.
Bro, I think we'll see you in NXT. If you want it, you have
Imagine.
our support. What profession would you not like to do?
A 9 to 5.
9 to 5, just any 9 to 5.
Yeah, any 9 to 5. I'm just not a fan of.
All right. I hear you. So my last question, AJ, if heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say to you when you arrive at the pearly gates?
What's good, my guy? And I wanted to dab me up.
What's good, my guy? Dabbing you up by the great Lord. All right, dude.
Yeah.
But yo, AJ, you're an awesome ass dude.
Yep.
I appreciate it. Obviously, we'll be staying in touch after this.
Absolutely.
I hope you'll want to come back on the show.
Anytime you need me, I'll be ready to go.
Dude, I'm hyped. I'm hyped. I heard your boy is into it too, so maybe we can
Absolutely.
collab at something, and
Have,
maybe.
have like a 3-way call, because he's a boxer. He's got some pretty good stories about boxing.
Oh man, I'd love to learn about that. So we can hopefully set
Absolutely.
that up, and then we can talk about some things as the seasons go, the seasons progress, and we could also talk about some wrestling events that are coming up soon. But yeah, we'll definitely do
Absolutely.
this again. And also once these cases go down and COVID ends, and I'm back in Manhattan for good, we definitely got to be chilling. My guy.
Absolutely. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Oh man, can't wait for that day. But until then, you're the man. That's my guy.
All
That's my
right.
guy. Anthony Fernandez, aka AJ. You can look up his YouTube stuff at Anthony Fernandez, and just go to YouTube and search Anthony Fernandez for his content. I got that right.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Appreciate that.
All right, and that's it. That's my guy AJ, the man. We'll see you really soon, and peace out, my guy. Happy holidays.
All right. You too.
All right, see ya.